Donald Trump cut billions of dollars from federal programs that funded small farmers. The same program that we got our grant through is no longer funded, and we've just been left to the winds. I don't have anything to say to Donald Trump. There's nothing I can say that he would even listen to. He's gonna look down on me like I'm a bug on the sidewalk or a piece of shit on his shoe. He doesn't care about people like me, you.
You can't just say, hey, I'm gonna get rid of these people and then look at the farmers that are left without workers.
So first, immigrants are taking your jobs. Now they're not there to work for you. Pick a fucking struggle because you can't have both.
I just seen a guy come from Twitter and say that the white farmers was upset because they thought that the black people was going to be out there in the fields. You better get your mom, your daddy, your auntie, your brother, your sister, your uncle, whoever the fuck else, because black people are not fucking coming out there. Are y'all fucking?
So I want to talk about this article really quick because it's all starting to make so much sense right now. This author and journalist was having lunch with friends. There was a white guy and he's married to a black lady, and they were talking politics. And he says that farmers weren't worried about Trump deporting migrants because, wait for it, they thought because unemployment was so high for black people that these black people would run back to the fields and do the jobs that the migrants were doing when they got deported. So she asked, where'd you get that information from? White farmer TikTok or MAGA Facebook memes? Where'd you get this information from? And her and the wife basically started giving him information, letting him know unemployment is only 6.8% for African Americans, and 93% of black people are currently working. Got so caught up in what they were hearing at Fox News and other places, thinking black jobs, immigrants are taking black jobs, that they just assumed they'd get rid of the immigrants and black people would take the immigrants' jobs. Sir, our ancestors did not march, die, and fight for civil rights so we could go back to the fields? What? But shout out to the Latino immigrant population that have mastered that labor with skill and stamina. This country doesn't even appreciate it enough. Oh, and by the way, when they do try to hire Americans, black or white, to do those jobs, most of them don't even last half a day. They just ghost them without even picking up their paychecks. True story. So y'all, tell me, do you really believe that they thought black people were planning to replace immigrants in that labor force if they got deported? Because I need to know who was smoking that logic. What do you think?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing great wherever you are watching us from. They thought deporting the workers would solve their problem. Instead, their crops started rotting, their businesses began collapsing, and one shocking assumption about black left millions of people speechless. Here is how it backfired. Anyway guys, let's dive straight into the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. I'll be back with my commentaries.
Wait, you mean to tell me Americans don't want to pick lettuce for $2 an hour? No. Now the farmers are crying because they can't find any workers. Ain't that something? After you pushed out all of the immigrant workers who actually did the job, now you're standing around wondering why Chet and Kaylee won't come pick your cabbage in 100-degree weather for $4.75 and a Capri Sun? Y'all really thought folks were going to jump at the chance to break their backs for pennies on a dollar. Hey, but you know what's even funnier, y'all? Some of these farmers say the American workers they do get, they don't even last the whole damn day. One guy said somebody walked off by lunch, and honestly, I support it. Listen, I wouldn't be out there picking strawberries and fighting bees and being dehydrated just so that farmer could sell those strawberries for $12.99 a box at Whole Foods. Negative. See, they've been telling you this lie for years. They took our jobs. Nah, Americans, you didn't want those jobs. You just didn't want them to have the jobs either. Now look at you, a field full of crops and not a soul to pick them. Next time, think twice before turning labor into a culture war. 'Cause now It's just you and your own damn tomatoes.
You've said you have almost no equity left.
It's getting down. It's getting down. It's getting low.
You think you can make it another year?
I don't know. I don't know. Do you just keep going, rolling the dice, hoping things will turn? I mean, it's not looking good.
Like most farmers we spoke to, Daniels and Carmack say they'd rather work their fields than rely on taxpayer money.
It will help pay some bills, but that's not fixing the problem. It's a Band-Aid when we need stitches.
Can you wait? Can you wait this out?
Farm families can't wait.
I hear it's affecting your health.
Yes. 4 blood pressure pills a day. 3 different medicines. 2 years ago, none.
What do you think about when you go to bed at night?
What's going to be left in a year, 2 years? Am I the one that broke what started in the late 1800s?
Donald Trump held a roundtable discussion with farmers in Wisconsin, and it was an absolute disaster. His mental decline was on full display the entire time. At one point, he even said, "I don't need this. I got elected. Why am I here?" Take a look.
As president, I fought for the American farmer like no one has ever fought before. Nobody's, like I'm up here today, I don't need this. I got elected. I don't have, what the hell do I have to be here for? I got elected.
This is for the farmers.
Man, all I'm seeing is farmers in Arkansas, Nebraska. Why y'all crying? Shut up. This is what you voted for. This is what you asked for. He did it to you last time, and you didn't think he was going to do it to you this time. So now y'all want some help. Now y'all want them government subsidies. Now y'all want that government money. The same thing that you voted for not to happen, for people not to get government help. Now you got your hands stuck out. Don't work like that. You made this bed. All that racism, all that hate, the same people you wanted to go are the same people that work those farms. See, you let your racism get the best of you. Now, all I see is Arkansas farmers. Oh, I'm about to lose my farm. The government ain't doing this. The government, you voted for this shit. Now you just got to eat it. But meanwhile, you see my black farmers over there. My black farmers that ain't been getting that government help, that been doing it on their own. They fine. They chilling. They thriving. So you might need to call some of them black people to get you some help. Oh, but you ain't gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. You gonna call Trump and them. But you know what? They're not gonna answer. They're not gonna help you, brother. So, just like they tell us, them bootstraps you've been talking about, I'm think you're gonna have to grab yours and get to work. We out.
Hey, farmers, when are you gonna realize that he hates you? I mean, what does he have to do? Does he literally have to get in your face and tell you that he hates you before you realize it? I mean, that's about the only thing he hasn't done to communicate to you just how much he despises you. He's made it pretty clear in just about every other way. Now, please listen to what I'm going to say in this video. Please watch the clips that I'm going to play for you in this video. I promise it won't be too long. Just try to open your mind to the possibility that Trump, he might be a liar. He might be a con man. And he might have been lying to you from day one. You know, as is the case for most of his supporters, when it comes to farmers, he has screwed you more than just about anyone else. And that's how it works with Trump. His most ardent supporters get screwed the most. Like, we've all been screwed by Trump. I've been screwed by Trump. We're all affected by his horrible policies. But for those of us who don't support Trump, that's where it ends for the most part. We get screwed by his policies. But Trump supporters, They get screwed far beyond his policies. First of all, his policies hurt them oftentimes more than they hurt anyone else. But beyond that, he also screws them by directly ripping them off, for example. I mean, I don't buy his cheap crap. I don't fall for his con jobs. You guys do, right? I'm not buying some cheap pair of sneakers that he bought in China and then spray painted gold and stamped his name on. I'm not buying that shit for $600. You guys are. I'm not buying his worthless digital fucking playing cards or whatever you call those things, where there's some AI image of Donald Trump, muscles rippling, bare-chested, riding a T-Rex, and then he sells that crap to you for $100 a pop or whatever. I'm not buying that shit. You guys are. And it goes on and on. I know about the never-ending emails you get, the fundraising emails every day, multiple times a day, to send this grifter money. And many of you do. You still do. What do you think he needs the money for? What the hell are you guys thinking? Anyway, I want to focus on farmers here. You know, Trump went to Wisconsin yesterday, and as I'm recording this, it is Saturday, June 6th. He went to Wisconsin to do damage control because, you know, although probably the overwhelming majority of farmers are still on his side, some of them are starting to wake up. Because how can you not? You're losing everything. I don't know how many stories I have covered on this channel of farmers literally losing everything. The most recent was about I can't remember their names, but they were a dairy farming family in Pennsylvania, right next to the New York border. They had a family farm that had been in their family literally for generations, and now it's all being auctioned off because of Donald Trump's policies. They literally are losing everything. And I've covered countless stories about that. It's happening all over the place. Farm bankruptcies through the roof. You know, Trump often says, oh, such and such, we've never seen anything like this before. Well, when it comes to farm bankruptcies, we have never seen anything like this before. It's happening now under Donald Trump. And not just under Donald Trump, it's because of Donald Trump. His policies are directly screwing American farmers. But you don't have to take it from me. You don't have to take it from some guy behind a microphone sitting next to a Sasquatch holding a fuck Trump sign. Oh, and by the way, Blue Bear, I'm going to update you. He's been found. I'll update you on his condition at some point in the future. But you don't have to take it from me. Take it from this guy.
So y'all remember when it was said that we taking all the black jobs? They really thought that we was going to be looking for black jobs, y'all. And I woke up this morning, I was scrolling through TikTok, and I saw this guy made a video, and I saved it to my favorites so you can go look for it. And he said he was pretending to be MAGA on one of those other apps. He said they were doing a live, and the farmers were saying that they thought that the black people would be looking for jobs to work on their farms. Now, you got to be kidding me. Do they think we really looking for farm work? Do they not know that we are educated and we got degrees? And being a farm worker ain't even in the jobs categories that we be looking for. They really don't know how educated some of us are. They don't know how many degrees a lot of us have. They got to be really lost if they think that we want to come and work on their farms. They don't know that our parents and our grandparents growing up wouldn't even let us be outside if it wasn't no shade outside. Do they really think that we gonna work on a farm where ain't no shade trees at? I hate to disappoint y'all, baby, but you're gonna have to get somebody else to do it, because we ain't working on nobody's farm. Never. The only way you're gonna see black people working on a farm is if they own the farm, because we not working on nobody's farm as no workers. So I hate to disappoint y'all. If y'all thought those was black jobs that black people looking for, honey, you better think again, because black folks that I know got good jobs. We've had a black president. We had a black vice president. We got black senators. We got black congressmen. We got black CEOs. We got black doctors. We got black nurses. We got black psychiatrists. We got a lot of good black jobs. Now, I don't know what y'all thought we was going to be farm workers for. We don't even want to work in the fast food industry. Those jobs, we don't want those kind of jobs. So, I hate to disappoint you MAGA people, but we don't do farm work. So get somebody else to do it. I'll like, share, comment, and repost. Drop in the comments y'all education and y'all good black jobs, because they don't think we got good black jobs out here. So we need to let them see it.
We worked for free in this country for 290 years. We ain't picking nothing for y'all. Y'all better get y'all white folks out there and go pick them fruits and them vegetables and take care of them cattle and the chickens. We not going out there. But I made a video. I can't find the shit, damn it. But I made a video when this all started, and I said they think black people are going to go back and work in the fields. That's why Donald Trump said they are taking black jobs. They think that's what we're supposed to go do. And they're finding out real quick. Black people ain't coming. Y'all can hold your breath on that one. We ain't picking shit for y'all. We will grow our own vegetables and take care of our own selves. We not going to them fields. Y'all better figure out what y'all want to do about this immigration policy and these mass deportations, or white folks, get your ass out there and go pick your own goddamn food. But we ain't coming.
White slave-owning family in the South that got black folks to do all the hard work because we were lazy asses and didn't want to work at all. White folks in the South on the plantation used to want to sit on the porch and drink mint juleps and have carriage rides rather than work, while black folks did all the real labor. And yet we decided that black folks are lazy, which I find fascinating. Right? And then people write to me and say, well, these black people, they're just taking all the jobs. Okay, which is it, Precious? Because it can't be both. People of color can't take all the jobs and be lazy. I don't ask much of racists because I expect very little, but you cannot be lazy and take all the jobs. Are we at least clear on that? Like, if you took all the jobs, you were like the opposite of lazy. If you are indeed lazy, you probably did not even take one job, let alone all of them. So I just need racists to get their damn story straight. That's all I ask. I just don't like moving targets. That's all.
And consumer is from agriculture. You got what you voted for nonsense. How's that going to affect you when your food is more expensive, or when you have to?
You know what pisses me off about videos like this is that you have people like this man who will say that it's unproductive to be thrown around, you got what you voted for, and I told you so. But that's the reason why we're here now. Because if you actually listened and voted in your best interest, we would not be here. Like, everything that you're telling us that we're about to face, we already knew that was going to fucking happen. We knew. That's why we voted for her. You didn't keep that in mind when you voted for him. Instead, y'all caught amnesia over the first term and how he fucked y'all over. And you were too busy focusing on issues that literally were non-existent and had nothing to do with you. So yes, you got what you voted for.
I don't care if you lose your farm. I don't give a shit. This is what you voted for. This is exactly what you voted for. He campaigned on tariffs. He said he was going to do this. I'm supposed to feel bad now? I'm dealing with my own shit, my own consequences to your vote. So yeah, I don't give a fuck about your farm.
This is for the farmers from Nebraska and Texas. I don't know why you're mad. You are very angry right now. It's your fault. You're the ones who got rid of your farm workers. You allowed ICE to get them all, arrest them all. And now you got nobody to work in your land. And you thought because Trump said that Mexicans are robbing, stealing black people jobs, and you thought by getting rid of your workers, Hispanic workers, You thought the black people were going to come and work for you on your land? You're wrong. They're not coming to work on your land because the black people are educated. They are lawyers. They are judges. They're teachers. They're dentists. They're doctors. They're nurses, actors, business owners. They're not going to work in your land. So, and now I'm hearing that you are burning black people's farms. That's not okay either. That's pure evil. That's evil. Just because the black people that has farms, they don't depend on the government. You guys do. You depend on the government to work, to give you money for your land, for your farming. And the black people, they don't depend on the government. It's not okay to go and burn their land. Karma's gonna get you worse. You're already screwed. You're losing your lands, your farming. And now you doing this to another farmers, black people farmers, you're gonna get it worse. That's envy. That's bad. And another thing, you're not gonna have no black people working in your land. You can forget about that. Because this is 2025, not 1700.
Welcome back, guys. One of the biggest mistakes people can make is believing that reality will somehow bend to fit politics. At the end of the day, crops don't care about campaigning slogans, food doesn't harvest itself, and businesses can't survive on ideology only. That's exactly what this story is about. Across several farming communities, many growers are now facing a severe labor shortage after years of supporting immigration crackdowns that removed much of the workforce responsible of harvesting American fruits and vegetables. Fields are sitting full while crops spoil because there simply aren't enough workers willing or able to do the job. But what really caught people's attention wasn't just the labor shortage, it was the mindset behind it. According to a journalist featured in one of the reports, some people genuinely believed that once immigrant workers were deported, unemployed black Americans would simply step into those jobs. That assumption immediately sparked outrage because it reflected a stereotype that many thought Americans had left behind decades ago. The idea that black Americans are just waiting to return to the field labor ignores reality. Black Americans work in every profession imaginable. They are engineers, nurses, teachers, entrepreneurs, military officers, scientists, truck drivers, accountants, pilots, executives, and business owners. Suggesting that an entire community exists as backup labor force for low-paying agricultural work isn't just inaccurate. It reduces millions of people to an outdated stereotype rooted in American history, and then reality arrived. When farms attempted to hire domestic workers, many left after only a few hours, not because they were lazy, but because the work is incredibly demanding. Spending 10 or 12 hours in extreme heat packing crops for low wages isn't a job most Americans, regardless of their race, are willing to do. That exposes a larger issue. For decades, Americans' agricultural industry has depended heavily on immigrant laborers. These workers develop the experience, endurance, and skills necessary to keep food moving from farm to grocery stores. Remove that workhorse overnight without creating a realistic replacement plan, and the consequences become obvious. Now, many family farms are under enormous financial pressure. Some farmers interviewed in news reports described overwhelming stress as raising costs, labor shortages, and shrinking profits threatening business that have been in their families for generations. Whether you agree with their political choices or not, the economic challenges are real, but many critics argue that this hardship didn't appear out of nowhere. They were predictable consequences of policies that experts have warned would disrupt agriculture. That's why so many commentators frame this as a lesson in accountability. If a business depends on a particular workforce, supporting policies that eliminate that workforce without providing an alternative isn't just risk, it's self-destructive. Another point raised throughout the discussion is the contradiction between calls for self-resilience and later demand for government assistance when market fails. Critics argues that if government intervention is criticized during good times, it's difficult to justify expecting emergency subsidy once policy decisions began hurting the very industry that supported them. The border conversation also raised uncomfortable questions about how society values different kinds of work. Agricultural labor is some of the hardest work in the country, yet is often among the lowest paid. If farms cannot attract workers at current wages, perhaps the answer isn't blaming workers, it's asking whether the compensation and working conditions reflect the importance of the job itself. At the same time, this debate isn't only about economics. It's about what happens when people rely on racial stereotypes instead of understanding how modern America actually works. No group of people exists to rescue another group business decision. Workers choose jobs based on wages, safety, opportunity, and quality of life, not because someone assumed they belong in a particular occupation. In the end, the few don't care about political argument. The crop either gets harvested or they don't. Businesses either adapt to economic reality or they struggle, and policies ultimately have consequences whether supporters expect them or not. That's the lesson many people are taking away from the story. When ideology ignores economics and stereotypes replace facts, reality eventually delivers the final verdict. Anyway guys, what do you think about this video? Drop your thoughts in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. See you in my next video. For now, peace.